We have a special guest. Joey Chips is here to talk about one of his projects. Here's our first guest in our podcast, so we're super excited to have him here. So we have a wide range of topics to cover today. There's so much going on. I feel like I'm going 100 miles an hour. So hopefully we can slow it down a little bit, have a good conversation about some of the things that are going on in the metaverse and other places, and about that. That's what we're going to do. So join us. Here we go. Who wants to start off with our first topic?
You got to start with BluDAC, right? I mean,
yeah, that's obvious.
It's all about the BluDAC. My memberships. Did you guys get memberships?
What, you got a membership? I thought I bought them all.
If there's anything to whale in, you whale in to a BluDAC membership. That's right. Go TC. Joey, did you end up getting one?
No, I still don't quite understand it.
Good. Well,
Yeah.
let me rephrase that. What we hope to do is educate. So we're going to try to simplify that. And we might even have Kevin speak on this topic because Kevin knows everything about BluDAC. He is inside now.
That's sarcasm, Joey. That's sarcasm. What's going to happen is I jumped in. TC said, "You're a fool if you don't max out your purchase on these memberships." And I said, "You know what? I'm nobody's fool." So I bought. That's all I know. And these guys have been trying to walk me through this. So what is literally going to happen while you're listening to this, Joey, is I'm going to be listening to this, and I'm going to try to pick up something just like you to help me through this BluDAC moment.
That's probably, that'd be great. Because, I mean, I have some Yoshi stuff and, of course, Wax. And there's so much going on.
Joey,
I'm still waiting for one
in-game name?
point to rule them all. So I'm waiting for that.
What's your in Uplift game name?
It's the same as my Wax. No, wait, what is it? No, it's Joey Chips.
Joey
Wait a
Chips.
second.
All right. I just want to make sure if I pass you in the old Uplift that I give you a high sword or whatever it is you do in there, jump up and down or squat or crawl around or fly or whatever you can do.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm always in Gratitude, the Gratitude server. That's where our main site is.
And a beautiful site it is. I've been there. I've visited. It's huge.
Thanks.
Are you talking about what he owns over there?
I think he owns half of Gratitude, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
I didn't mean to get us thrown off the BluDAC here, but I just had to figure out who the heck I was talking to and make sure that I wasn't like, hey, we're neighbors, but I don't own anything in Gratitude. So back to BluDAC.
Well, TC started us off with well, let me just I'm sorry, I'm only laughing because you ever heard of the blind leading the blind? That's what happened the other day. And but I tell you what was cool is that TC has got a phone that brings Corey's line, and Corey jumped on real quick and gave us a quick lowdown. So there's a lot to learn with BluDAC, and it is liquidity pools. Basically what you're doing, the thumbnail I'll just give you. You take two tokens, you put them together, and you earn a third. And by doing that, you're going to get incentivized in that third token, which would be blue, basically for your interest, or you can think of it something like that. There's probably different ways to explain it, and a lot of things to do it, but it is it's financial stuff. And of course, like everybody says, I'm no financial advisor. Anything I say is just basically my opinion, and there's some things you need to read to understand impermanent loss and some other things that are that go along with that. But the fun is there. The ability to take and change your tokens in between all these games, and the ability to switch them is what we're doing. Is we're providing liquidity pools. So if you like a game and you're earning some tokens, so if you're earning Upliftium and you decide you want to play another game, the cool thing is you can exchange some of your Liftium that you're making here in the Uplift and go and play another game and get another token. And that's what the liquidity is. That's what you're doing, is providing the ability to trade that and grab that. And there's probably a better definition to that, but that's the nitty gritty, I guess we'll say. And of course, I could be corrected on a lot of that stuff, but that's the way I understand it. And that's what we're going with right now until somebody can.
So all
somebody
these
can do-
pools I've found are paired up with the second one being blue. And that's the important part that they tried to emphasize on me, is that by pairing these up and allowing the users to access these pools, we get in return for that blue. So they're giving me blue for having pools with blue in it. And that's really all I know. So the main goal for me isn't about trying to make any extra dimes here, but to get the blue, because the blue is going to be valuable.
This kind of reminds me of when staking.
When staking, yeah, it's exactly something like that.
Yeah, it's the same kind of principle. Yeah.
And they started off, of course, the pairs that are there. There's I don't know if there's 9 projects or maybe more, but there's more that's coming. But the whole idea is to build this. So basically, anything that you're doing in a metaverse situation, or with some of these games, is you're going to have a way to trade your money in and out of these games and be able to, basically use your money in a different way than just having it in your wallet.
Same as Shill. Shuffle, you can now convert it into Binance coin on the Binance ecosystem.
Yeah, so that's the other thing that's super exciting. So
Which is really cool.
We're just seeing the wax side of this right now. So when they open this up to other, other platforms, when we get on Binance, when we go to EO, when we use the EOS coin, when we get onto that. Ether, yeah. Aether. There's just so many things that are going to start to happen, and it's nice to be here at the beginning and just learning. Because again, man, there's not a lot to it, but there's just a couple things you just have to understand before playing the game. And there's a good article too out there, how to BluDAC. I think TC
I just posted
that. Yeah, he just posted it in the chat. So, Joe, you can read up on that.
Yeah, thanks.
Get a little more information, but yeah, it's not for everybody. Some people really enjoy it. Like I said, for people that got tokens, they want to switch around. I play Our Planet, and it was nice to be able to take some of my lithium that I had collected for free and trade that into some of the stuff that you can craft the robots on the Our Planet, and that worked out real well for me today. So, yeah,
I'm adding every hour. Every hour, I'm BluDACing. I'm BluDACing. Asking me what I'm doing next hour. I'm BluDACing.
He created an instant reply whenever you message. It says, "Not now, BluDACing."
Yeah. Not only that, but if it's TCs, we're going to have to put T. We're going to separate the T and the C and put T staking C, because if it's anything to do with staking, TC's on it.
Yeah, my trigger word is miner and staking.
Yeah.
If you ever posting anything on Twitter or social media, if you tag me and say staking or miner, I have my full attention.
You'll pull them away from anything that's happening.
Yeah, it's crazy because I think I'm on the other end of it. Like, I'm the only reason I get in these, because I don't understand this stuff either. Like, I mean, I'm way out there, but FOMO is real. Like, TC gets me so stinking excited, I can't miss out on it, because then he's going to go, well, I told you. And here's, like, Mello and I are kind of on the same end of this thing. Like neither of us are super invested like LOC and TC are, but we're just kind of like, okay, I'm not missing out. So I hope you don't miss out either. If something goes bad, it wasn't me that talked you into it, but don't miss out. Get in.
And the cool thing is you can get in with just whatever you have, whatever currencies you have. So there's no big investment that you have to do. Start slow and learn it, and I think it'll be valuable as time goes on. It'll be just to learn about it in general.
That's the key. Just go slow and get to learn the system. Enjoy yourself. That's pretty much it.
I feel like we're pressuring him, man. It's like we're peer pressure.
No.
Do it now, Joe. Do it now.
Collect some of the free blue, and then have a good time. And if it's nothing that you're interested in, hey, we still got the Uplift.
That's right. That's right.
That's it. That's the beauty. We still can go and play games and enjoy yourselves. I think Mello and I have on almost 12 hours today already.
Oh my
Woo-wee.
God. So yeah,
Uh,
so Mello and TC fell into survival mode, which is something brand new to them.
Nice. That's a different.
Mello's been so bossy in the game. It's incredible.
Give me an example. I gotta know an
I
example
can't
of this.
help it that I can't help it. I'm a perfectionist, like, and I kind of have OCD. So it's like when you come back in survival game on London, you're not going to recognize the house because I gave it an upgrade and it
Really?
looks fantastic.
Just since like 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
It's like I said, okay, let's try to do a straight line. We're chopping away, and he's literally going, "Hey, you're knocking my blocks. Get on your side."
I literally was because I was like, "Yo, stay on your." Because the funny thing is, I'm sitting there trying to break up the ground, and then every time he walks in front of me, my guy stops whacking. And I'm like, "Yo, bro, you gotta stay on your side."
Let's talk to Joey about his plot. Joey had to build everything over in gratitude while living in survival. Joey, what can you tell us about life in gratitude?
It was definitely different because with my kids when they were younger, we played Minecraft, but I was always in creative mode, and they would do both creative and survival, and survival always just freaked me out. I didn't understand it, and then the Uplift comes along, and when I got the plot in gratitude, I didn't know that it was a survival world. I just figured you could choose or something. And so then
That's quite a surprise.
Is basically, I think it's like a 250 by 250 block square of water. It's water world, all right? And I'm just like, I don't know how to do anything. So gratefully, my son, who's in college, was home for the summer, and he helped me understand some of these things. And so he helped me build quite a lot get me going and stuff like that. And I had a lot of help. But yeah, I mean, at first it would freak me out. These, stuff would explode and people were shooting arrows at me, and I'm just like, what's going on? And I just want to make a mural with gold, in creative, I just use gold like it's chewing, it's hay, it's cheap, but in survival you can't do that. So you really have to think on a different level and plan ahead quite a bit. So but it turned out, many months later, now it's this whole amusement park, art experience. There's like 2 different roller coasters where you ride through artworks, and water slides and riding through the water slide in artwork, and there's interactive murals. And so, yeah, it's become, took on a life of its own.
So the first thing that I missed, I know you had what they called an art jump, basically where you run to the top of a platform and you're falling through pictures. Is that right?
Yes, there's actually 5 layers that you fall through. So, and some of the layers, the fall is slowed by spider webs, and so you slowly fall down. Some of you just fall right through it. Some of you fall into a pool, but each level you descend lower and lower, and so it's a different way to experience art. And then you're walking on the art, and then you drop through another hole in it. And then you end up on the ocean floor eventually, where there's a piece on the bottom of the ocean floor, an aquatic related piece. So yeah, I think it's the first ever art jump that I know of anywhere where people jump through multiple layers of artwork in a virtual world, maybe even in the real world. I don't know, but yeah, we started it, and it's a lot of fun. And then the people who do it and they present proof that they did it, I give them a badge, an NFT badge, and you get your art jumpers badge. So
this is on gratitude, but what are the chords over there? I need to check this place out.
Yeah, so it's 3320. The center of everything, where the main galleries, is 3320 and 2370, and it's in my latest Twitter post. So I'll put in the chat.
What's your Twitter at?
Joey Chips.
When you get to gratitude, when you spawn in, left is gratitude, right is Joey Chips. That's how much land he has.
Is he being serious? How big? How big?
It's huge. It is huge. Joey and I talked a little bit about doing a collab over there, and I'm telling you, I'm impressed.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, it's big.
When you spawn in, you swim east. Just swim east for about like 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes, and then you'll be there. If you don't drown or get killed. So good luck. But no, you can take the rails too, but it's easy. When I do it, I just swim.
Got one quick question. So when you did the art jump, you had to have those pictures put basically on the floor, is that right?
Yes.
Because I've never seen a picture install where they actually have a picture on the floor. Most people put them up in frames, and stuff like that.
You see them in the HQ of Uplift. They have them on the floor, so I know it's possible.
Oh, okay.
I know it's possible, but
I guess I just didn't pay attention. I know his were. I seen him from the Twitter, and then I've went over there and seen it in person. But yeah, I just never seen that you could do that. So that's really, really cool.
Yeah, we're trying to push the boundaries because I know a lot of people, they come into these virtual worlds and then they want to imitate real life. And I'm just like, what? No, I just want to push all the boundaries. We don't really need gravity. We could do, let's push it to the max. So we try to put art, I put art like half in water, half not in water. Some art has, you could ride right through it. There's secret little openings in it that you fall through. So it's just all kinds of surprises. It's because it's not the real world. It's a virtual experience.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so much fun. And again, I think totally a way to release your creativity in a place like that.
Yeah, totally.
I am looking at the world map right now. It appears to me that your place covers 350 by 350.
Maybe it is 350
right?
by 350. That sounds about right.
Oh,
it's like the size of the United States, right?
Yeah, right.
Canada?
Yeah, he's got to acquire Canada yet up here. He almost fills up a 4 intersection block.
And there's I would be doing more, but what's holding me back is the rate at which I earn Upliftium to do the art installs. So, there's got to be at least 50 or more art pieces scattered through this experience. And there's 2 roller coasters, and it's heavy. You riding through artwork, experience it in different ways. Then there's a chamber of art. There's an underground cavern of art. There's 2 water slides of art. And there'd be even more if I could earn the Upliftium quicker and just install the tar out of this stuff.
But you will be able to if you get into BluDAC.
Really?
Wink, wink, wink. Wink, wink, wink. Wink, wink, wink.
BluDAC.
Not
Oh, he's got
financial
the Corey wink going.
Oh, nice.
Are you on the burn list for Upliftium? I know you said you had 50 installs. Are you on that burn list?
The burn list. Yeah, at one time I was like the number 3 person, but then 2 friends did actually I'm in their gallery, one of their gallery.
Rocket Gallery.
Rocket Gallery, yeah, I'm in there too. In fact, we're doing a promotion with this my Friday event. It's a dual event at his place and mine, but he's and also Mitzi. But yeah, I was in there, but I didn't make the top 3. So
I think our Mello here is number 3. I mean, not to toot his horn, but isn't he number 3?
What? Really?
Mello did make number 3 on the burn list.
What?
Oh,
It's public knowledge. It's public knowledge. It's on the
public
blog.
knowledge. It's there.
And getting to number 1.
yeah, but we got coming out in a couple days.
Well,
yeah.
I'll tell you, number 1, I think, was Rocket Gallery. So
Tell me, what's this event you were talking about?
So this Friday, I'm doing. It's called a short story party, And I don't know if you know or not, but you could actually write books in Minecraft and then put them on these lecterns, and people could come and read them. So I'm a writer and an artist, cartoonist, kind of the whole 9 yards there. So I've written 5 short stories the only way to read them is you have to go, there's no NFTs of them, but you have to go into this plot, the Art Vending Machine plot, and read the book with your avatar. That's the only way to read them. So, and then there's also, for many, there's accompanying NFT illustrations that you could also get the NFT, but it doesn't have the story, it just has an illustration. So we're doing an event that the people who come and show proof this Friday at 7 p.m. UTC, and they come within an hour, show proof that they read it, they're going to get NFTs that can then be used as blends to get new art as well. So, and there's like 8 different blends that I'm releasing that same day at the same time. One of them is a collaboration with Mitzi's NFTs, and it's a really awesome piece that she did a photo and then I painted on top of it. And so that's the only way to get that is by being at her event and my event. And then there's also, that's the release of this piece called The 5 Elements that will be shown. There's multiple components to this piece. It's basically 5 different artworks, and some of it will be on exhibit at my place, and some of it will be on exhibit at the Rocket Gallery. And and there's a corresponding short story as well. So and that's just some of the things going on.
All right, so I want to recap this and make sure I know what you just said. But you said this Friday, which is October 22nd. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. In the Rocket Gallery is in Genesis.
Yes. Rocket Gallery is in Genesis.
And that's where I'd be going. Oh, you're saying that you can go any 3 of those?
No. The main site would be the Art Vending Machine site in Gratitude.
Okay.
And you would go there, and then to get your experience, read some of the stories, take a selfie to show that you were there and all that, and post it on my Twitter the day of for a tweet that I'll have that day. And then you'll get some NFTs from me from that. Then if you also participate in Mitzi's event that she has at her 3 hotels, which are all in different locations, but at Mitzi NFT, she has 3 different locations. If you go there and participate in one of her quests, you'll get an NFT from her that will be used as one of the blends that you can get. And then with the Rocket Gallery, if you go there, you'll see more of the exhibit that is connected to the story.
Man, that is a pretty awesome collab. I can tell you that you need one for the other. I like that.
Yeah, we've actually done this before with all of us, and it's a blast. So they're just super talented people. So I like collaborating. I like collaborating with you guys. So
yeah, for a small mind like mine, you're overloading it here with some awesomeness.
Thanks. I think. Yeah, I just put another NFT I'm working on in the chat. But that actually, most of my NFTs now I release on Wax, but I'm also a Maker's Place ambassador, and they're testing their new smart contract. So I'm going to test it out for them too. So I came up with another NFT that was related to gaming and art.
Oh, I like that. That's pretty cool.
When you say NFTs or miners, you're calling TC's name like.
Yep. I just woke up.
There's no, but I don't.
Might as well just said staking. You would have
Yeah, you said staking.
You would have woke right up.
Yeah, my jaw dropped when I went over to TC's Atomic Hub and just checking his wallet out. I had to close it real quick because I thought it was going to cost me wax just by looking. It's impressive. So when you talk about, and that's NFTs are something that I don't quite understand at all. I'm still in the beginning stages of all this. Like, while I can try to see the value, I haven't bought in, I guess, per se. And I know TC has, and obviously you have, and Mello has, and Life on
I
Crypto
could help
has.
you with that. I could help you. I'll here's all right. Let me just ask this: how old are you?
I'm 47.
Okay, perfect. So I'm 53. So you will get this analogy. All right, you were around for it. So in the beginning, the internet was just a catalog. You would just catalog stuff. Then the internet became an art marketplace. So it was an art catalog, then it became an art marketplace. Think eBay, but you still, you mail, maybe you pay by credit card, but then they still mail the stuff. So it's an art marketplace. Then the internet also became an art creation place where you would have online sites where you could draw and then post the art online. Then the internet with NFT became an art vending machine where you put your coins in and out came this token that's used as proxy for the art. And so that's the big deal. It's an art vending machine. But now we're in the next, we've even moved beyond that. Now we're in the next phase where the internet is now a metaverse where it's an art party with all of the previous things I just mentioned. So that's it.
Based on your description, that took me from point A to point B, I can 100% see the story writer side of you.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm really honored.
Again, small-minded over here, so it didn't take much.
Well, thanks.
Impressive nonetheless.
If it doesn't make sense to the people who are like, well, why can't I just right click save as JPEG? If you don't understand that the token is the proxy, like when I say proxy, in other words, if I'm dying, then my wife becomes the proxy. She has legal authority to make decisions for me, transact, whatever. So in this case, the token, the NFT, the non-fungible token, is the proxy that gives the proxy holder, the NFT holder, the right to make decisions about trading that art. When you understand that NFTs are proxies for art, it's like, wow, like that's never happened before. Before it was just the art is the art. The art is the proxy. But now it's the token is the proxy and it's instant because of electronics. That's the big deal.
Here's one thing, Joe, that I do understand, and that's money. That makes sense in my head. I don't have a lot of it. Maybe that's why it makes sense to me, is I want it. But last week, Mello, I jumped in a voice chat here on Discord, and Mello happened to be talking to another friend of ours named Quadrell. And Quadrell had never created an NFT, and Mello was going step by step with him. Quadrell had taken some pictures over the years that he just has sitting in a folder on his Windows computer. And Mello walked him through the entire process, and he created NFTs, which he then listed on Atomic Hub. And this was last week. He's already sold 3 of those, maybe 4 now. And I understand that. Like, that is money or wax coming in. And I understand that 100%. Now, you guys are on like the artist level, but I understand taking something, giving it a value to somebody else that maybe nobody else sees, and they will pay you for that. It doesn't have to be valuable for anybody else. It just has to be valuable to that one person, and then they pay you for it, and then they take that ownership, and the proxy happens, like you're talking. That I understand.
That's great, and there's a lot of that going on. I do that too. A lot of the artists who've been around from the beginning. I mean, I do that a lot for my fellow OG artists that aren't on Wax yet. So like I'm showing them, Anchor Wallet, showing them Cloud Wallet, and just walking people through how to do this, how to make NFTs. But there's that is actually a very old tradition. The tradition of the artist taking on somebody as either an official or unofficial apprentice to show them how things work, and then you gradually let go, and that's we're just continuing that tradition. And in this case, it's more on not on the art creation, but on that's another big deal. There was less collaboration in the apprenticeship for concept of bringing people into the market, but now people with the experience can more easily teach people that without using, they can do more quickly because it's a quicker process to get market ready.
Yeah, and I actually I don't have any NFTs that I would consider. I don't have anything that I would consider somebody else finding valuable. But
we're working on that though.
Yeah, well, small mind over here, small mind. But I do understand the ability to buy something and then resell it.
Send me your wallet, I'll send you a nice NFT.
Well, I have NFTs. I mean, I understand the whole process of buying and reselling and finding value that nobody else has seen yet, and then showing them that value that is now more valuable. I understand that.
I already told you what to do, and we're going to do it, and you're just going to pay attention, and we're just going to do it.
All right.
That's what we did.
Listen, you don't tell TC no, because he'll tell you yes like 1,000 times more than you can say no. So
yeah,
that's how it works.
You're just going to do it. Once you get a taste of it, you go, oh shit, I should have been doing this all this time.
Yeah, I'll be writing storybooks and having a release party and an event.
I think it's people just don't feel confident of their own stuff. I think that's the problem. They're not willing to make that next step. But once they make that step, it's like, I'm free. I don't care. I'm just going to do it and see what happens. It costs literally nothing. Why not do it? What's stopping you?
Right.
Give me a reason why you shouldn't.
Well, I could come up with 1 million reasons, but you're not going to accept any of them.
That's right. So I want that shit up quick.
He wants to get number ones.
Yeah,
That's
number
right.
ones. Number ones.
Well, the other really cool thing about all this is even though this is all digital and virtual, it's actually bringing people closer to the reality that everyone has creative and market making ability. Like there's
Absolutely.
this kind of false perception in the art world that, well, you're so awesome and exclusive, that's why you're in galleries and this other fella isn't. But that's no longer as relevant today. It
right.
doesn't matter.
I totally agree with that. It does not matter anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, you experience that now. Like the NFTs that I made on Counterparty in 2018, or very early in 2018, like NFT archaeologists are finding them, and they're like, they're looking at them as like historical artifacts, and it's just 2018.
There's NFT archive. I mean, I can't even believe so they're just searching the internet for some of the earliest NFTs ever made.
Yeah, they're
wow.
looking for 2015, 2016, and up.
Yeah. You can imagine in 10 years what it'll be like.
Yeah, we're still early. I mean, if you put it in terms of like movement, I mean, the Renaissance was, over 100 years, I think, or longer in duration. The Italian Renaissance, what's considered the Italian Renaissance, and now basically anything from the Italian Renaissance is valuable. So now, I mean, right now there's a perception, well, if it's in the first 4 years, then it's like extra valuable. But we're still so early. I mean, we're
the same level as Bitcoin being at $1.
Yeah.
That's the way I can describe it.
I think that's probably a good analogy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to FOMO as much Bitcoin at $1 as I can as I can afford.
Hey,
I don't understand it, right? I'm just like, hey, Bitcoin's at $1, and I understand where it's at now. So I'm in. BluDAC.
BluDAC.
Think of it like, so picture even if you just have a little bit of European history, that these countries pop up and then a new king forms. They change the borders, create new currency, put the king on the currency, and there's a limited amount of those things, but they turn over every 25 years or so, and so in the past it was countries that issued currency and put the face to it, put a visual face to it, the king's face or the queen or whatever. Now it's people who issue currency and put a face to it. So that's a development. That's a big development.
Actually, that again, that's a very good way to explain it, and you're right. That is definitely a different approach to what we have today.
I think eventually everybody on the planet will have their own currency, like their own coin, and we just basically, like if I want an electrician or a plumber, I say, here, I'll give you some of my coins because I can do this, and you give me, and I'll buy yours to do to come to my place and do some service work. Like we'll just swap coins.
Well, I can tell you this: if Life on Crypto has his own token, I hope he puts somebody else's face on his.
That is right.
Damn.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Well,
I'm joking. He's got a face for radio.
Did you just say he has a face for radio?
I might have said that, right?
Did you just come up with that?
No,
Is that
I've used that before.
But is it your
Yes.
line?
Yeah.
Okay, that's an
NFT of
NFT right there. That's an NFT.
Yep.
You need to turn it into an NFT.
that's crazy.
I
That's
want
here we
number
are.
one. I want number one.
I've never heard it before.
I want one of them because I came up. I encouraged you.
I agree. I've never heard it before, and that's actually a great way to.
And what you got to do is take the clip out of Joey saying that and add that to the NFT.
Oh, perfect.
Bang!
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy to think that could be. I could put Chad. I could put Life on Crypto's face on it. Boom, because that was the joke, right?
Wait, I thought you wanted to sell them.
No. Hey guys, we're all in, right?
I'm all in.
No, but I said.
And then
Oh my
He's having FOMO.
God. Oh no.
Gonna make you famous, kid.
I'll buy all of them. Nobody will ever see them.
Oh, man.
That's the other thing. Yeah, you make an NFT and it's permanent forever. And if you make enough copies, that means, and hopefully they gain enough value where nobody could own the whole collection.
and then you could put it on BluDAC.
I don't know how NFT staking will work on BluDAC, but I am super excited to wait and understand how that is going to happen.
I can't wait that I can click one button. It says, "Oh, you have all these NFTs that you can stake." Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't wait till the day that I get a TC token, his currency that is also a miner, because I believe, and I'm not just saying this, but I believe that is fairly likely. Like Ken Bozak, right? Like he has miners of just his face.
Yep.
You know, like it's the same idea. It's just a status, and that status turned into a miner. That's a buddy of yours, isn't it, Mello?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
since we were in diapers.
Diapers. Nice.
Yeesh.
He's came a
They
long
didn't
way.
even have diapers back when TC was a baby.
That
Oh,
was
we
an
used-
awkward
we used-
moment. Picturing Mello in diapers.
And that could be an NFT.
No.
No.
It cannot be an NFT.
Actually, Ken and him in diapers should be an NFT.
Oh,
And make it a miner.
And make it a
oh, oh boy. That's great. My mind is going everywhere, so I'm just going to shut my mind up because I didn't like where I was going to go with that next comment. So yeah, crazy stuff.
Yeah, moving right along, right? Moving right along. So the 22nd, is that Friday?
Yeah, you just said it. Friday.
I know I did, but I also know what happens this Friday as well. So it's kind of going to be a busy.
What's happening this Friday?
Well, Shipletopia, I believe, is opening.
What?
Oh, really?
Shipletopia?
Isn't that when it opens this Friday? Or am I wrong?
No.
Hang on.
That's correct.
I had the dates right here in case somebody mentioned it. Hang on.
It is
Oh,
the
yeah.
22nd.
Grand
and
opening.
we got them.
The grand opening is the 22nd. Okay. He mentioned that there was going to be a race. That is on the 27th. I could say from personal experience, I've already been there. It's going to be awesome.
Think of
Yeah.
Disney World. I've been there as well. It's awesome. You're going to want to spend a couple days there.
So we got to get some portals to all these places.
Yeah,
There we go.
We will eventually.
I'm hoping that the server-to-server portals, they probably call them something different. But yeah, like I hope those are available in an option.
Yeah,
soon.
I would love that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're like 50 million or 100 million each.
Yep, that makes sense, right?
They'd be worth
From
every
map to map.
upliftium. Joey, did you see that some dude in entry, they did that big 350 by 350, they loaded it up with TNT and blew that sucker to the sky for
I saw the lead up to it, but I didn't actually see I wanted to go to the event. I think I had a schedule conflict at the time, but so I didn't see it yet.
the work behind that, unbelievable. The amount of time, the way that they choreographed it. But there's something about the game where when it blows up, it doesn't blow up in a way that you feel like your monitor's shaking. You just see these little bubbles pop and shit just disappears. That's kind of cool, but it could have been like, it just isn't.
The sound makes the huge difference.
It was 45 minutes.
The explosion lasted 45 minutes?
Yeah.
That's how much TNT there was.
It was a chain. It was a chain. So they just continued down the chain. It'd be like boom, 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 as opposed to one large, everything goes.
Oh.
At 7:00, I stopped by the plot, and one of the guys who set up the explosion was still there blowing stuff up.
Wait, there's more. There's more.
Mello and I set up a big build bomb.
Yeah.
I must have spent, 4 hours on that, placing all the stuff. And then I had to go off the server, and he went off somewhere else. And when he came back, the building was gone. He thinks he put TNT next to a fire, and it just...
I did because I decided to build a lava fountain in the mall because I was calling it Black Rock Mall, and it's where TC's Megastore is now. And we lined the whole thing up, and like an idiot, I stacked like 5 blocks of TNT in there, and it I went away, came back to went to my other plot, came back. And it was all gone. And there was.
He was like, "Oh, sorry, ATC. Guess what?
We missed the explosion. We can't record it."
I can tell you that if I do something that involves having to wire anything, or the clicks or the ticks or whatever the heck they call it, they get all those together. Some dude and entry are my guys. Like, did you see the firework deal that some dude put on? I'm pretty sure entry had something to do with that too. Pretty amazing stuff, man. These guys do.
Oh, those guys are
ridiculous
amazing.
work.
See that sculpture that they're building? Sword?
Yeah.
One for NFT Army?
Unbelievable way they made that.
Yeah, those guys are good.
It's pure talent right there.
Yeah, I'm stacking like cobblestone on top of each other, and I'm like, voila! And then they're like, but watch this.
Yep. I mean, but they had over 70 hours of just rigging up the explosive for that.
Like the art world would call that performance art. And that's huge. There's a lot of that going on in the Uplift. And I think that story is not getting told in the way that it can be told. Once the art world gets kind of the hang of this, like they're gonna really, more people will flock to this, especially with things like Sotheby's. They announced that they're starting a metaverse, and more people are getting involved in these metaverses. This is just.
I look at Uplift as, like, we all know our plots are NFTs. As we add stuff to our NFTs, be it portals, being pictures on the wall, you're adding massive value to that NFT.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're blending the NFT to be something totally different.
And it's insane because like your NFT has an NFT or multiple NFTs in our case in it. So it's like, what is that value?
And time.
Man.
Hundreds and hundreds of hours and hours. We're not like banging on real things, but it's, though it's a game, it's still time being invested in something. That to me holds massive value.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Joey, can you imagine pricing out what your NFT is worth, your build that you've done? Like, I don't even think you could.
No, I can't even imagine putting a price to it.
I could say at least a couple grand easily. That's just starting out. Like with from what you're describing, it sounds like it's a ginormous plot, and I can easily say it's $5,000 minimum.
Oh, I would price it's a 350 by 350. I would say your build's got to be close to, I don't know, 75,000. That's where I would price it at.
Yeah.
That's how are you going to replicate that?
Can't.
Well, you wouldn't
Right?
replicate it. The value is in what you create, right? Like you're buying art. And in that piece of art is, in his case,
Or art.
50 pieces of art.
You're
To be honest,
actually paying for his vision.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
It's true, Kevin.
Mind-boggling.
It's true. Someday you're gonna have like $5. Take it anywhere you want. Spend it on anything you want.
You can buy a stamp.
Yep. You keep dreaming, and it's gonna happen.
oh
Oh
man.
man.
Well, I mean, just to put it in perspective, so land in crypto voxels, which is more Ethereum centric. You buy, for those who don't know, you buy the land using Ethereum, and then you build a very interactive, user friendly experience, but it's more ETH based. I think last year land. You could get an okay piece of land for a couple $100 in ETH. Now, the floor is, I think, $6,000 for the same plot. That was just a couple hundred last year. So
I actually read somewhere some architect lady built, he crafted some kind of building and put it in, I think, Decentraland and sold it for like $50,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wonder if she's single.
Not surprised at all.
Hey, I might not be rich on this, but I can find me a rich old lady that just made 50 grand.
That'll give Kevin a little walking around money.
Give me 72 cents. Cash me out.
God.
So I liken it to I think it was Neil Gaiman. He's a writer, does write for the comics, and I think a lot of his stuff's been turned into movies. So in the very early days of blogging, he was one of the first bloggers before people even knew what blogging was. And so, back then, you could get a free blog, but his blog got more attention because he was one of the first movers out there. And so that led to his, more success here and there. And he was already, somewhat known. He was already known. But the point is, the first mover advantage in these things is often important. But I do think that there's going to be a point in time where anybody can come and build something valuable, and like the first movers will still kind of have that advantage to some degree, but the newcomers will still be able to compete because they're building in new areas and creating new value, and it's all a game. It really is. It's
no different than the crypto space. Bitcoin was the only one. Then ETH, and then all the other ones came into play. It's going to be the same thing.
Yeah. So it's really, where's the utility, where's the value, where's the excitement? If it's on your land, then you're in good shape.
From what I'm seeing lately, it's kind of in Telegram groups. If somebody puts one out, like if it's just an NFT, somebody else is right there behind them, like automatically, like firing away. It's like a race, it seems like sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, well, here's another thing about the art market. The art market has always been flooded, so that's nothing new, and that's because everybody is an artist,
Yeah.
and the art schools are cranking out people who paid for the fake privilege of being an artist, but everybody's an artist, and so those people are more driven to make money at it. But because everybody's an artist, you're going to see where there's more tools to release art to the market. You're going to see the reality that it's already flooded. So it's people having to find their tribe and find their community and find the people that care about what they're making. And that takes time for most people.
Yeah.
Definitely the community thing. Yep.
Running a little long on our normal hour that we go on here, and I know you said you had some spaghetti that the wife was making, and we've already
Thanks, yeah, I
pushed you
smell the
past
garlic.
time.
I smell it. It's going to be good. So
You're
yeah.
killing me. You're killing me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say stop it now because that sounds delicious. Can you put that spaghetti in an NFT and send it to your wax wallet address? Because I am for a meatball.
Someday I will be able to.
Oh, that's crazy.
But thanks
Well,
for
thank you
Joey.
very much, for coming on the show. And
Yeah, Joey, thanks for coming.
Great.
Thanks for
getting to meet and talk with you. I had
thanks
a
for
blast.
breaking bread with us. That was awesome.
Hey, Joey, just remember this. BluDAC.
I wrote it down. I wrote it down on my little to-do list. Somehow I'm going to make at least a BluDAC comic.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
I don't know what yet. I'm cooking it up still.
Oh, I like it.
Guys,
I like where
we
your
have
mind went.
we're actually building a BluDAC gallery on our plot. So if you have something like that, send it over. We'll put it up in our gallery.
Absolutely. Love to have that.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much. You guys are just great to talk to. It's been really a great time. Thank you.
Turning all my electronics off.
You said that before.
Yeah, I'm doing it this time. I'm dreaming about BluDAC. That's all I'm going to be thinking about in my sleep tonight. BluDAC, 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 BluDAC.